Welcome to another episode of The Diary of Dating Over 50. And I'm your host, Tonya R. Lewis. Today, guys, y'all wouldn't believe who I have in the studio. It's an honor and it's amazing. And you are going to be happy and you're going to sit there with your face glued to the TV. So, y'all know how I do it. I allow people to introduce themselves. All right, Mr. Leaks.
Hey. How you doing, everybody? Which camera am I on? No, I'm just playing. Damian Rockstar Leaks, Black Magic, Rockstar, whatever you want to call me. I'm here, honored to be a part of your show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
And thank you for accepting.
Oh, yeah, loving the setup.
Okay, yes, I'm at my new home, Scottsdale Podcast Cafe.
Right.
If you want to come out, guys, you can come out and you can have different elements. Bring your own contents. We'll make it a vision for you.
Oh, yeah.
So let's dive right into this, Damian.
All right,
Okay.
let's
Can
go.
you share a little bit about your childhood and give us some of your memorable moments growing up?
You weren't playing. You started off deep.
I'm going.
I hear the Michael Jackson Got to Be There in the background. Let's see. I'm the oldest of five.
Okay.
I'm a twin.
Wow.
Yes, I'm the oldest twin, but I do have a twin brother. Shout out to twin.
Do y'all look alike?
No, we're fraternal. I got the looks.
He got the brains. Huh?
No, I think I got those too. I think he was the prototype.
Okay.
And then I became. No,
And then you can't.
No, I'm just playing. But
sorry, brother, twin.
yeah, but yeah, that's my road dog. And I have one sister, my one sister Trina, and then my two younger brothers. Well, actually, I have four younger brothers. But yeah, we had a Cosby family type situation growing up. I didn't grow up in the projects or the hood. They had good jobs.
Okay.
Middle school. I mean, middle class. Tonya, moved to Tonya from Decatur.
So you're a native.
Yeah, I'm born and raised here.
Okay.
Born and raised here. I'm what they call a unicorn.
Okay.
And yeah, so had a good upbringing. It's no different than anybody ups and downs growing up. Then when I got older, I wanted to be in the hood.
So you gravitated to
Well,
the
a
hood.
lot of my family was in the hood. They grew up in certain Carver homes and things of that nature. So my parents are both from Kirkwood. So
Wow.
yeah, so
Those are the projects here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So they from that. Our bloodline is from the dirt, but we walk above it now. We ain't from it no more.
You always wanted to go stay all night over a cousin's house in Carver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was running. Me and my twin were running wild for a little while.
Okay.
A lot of
okay.
wild, but a little while.
Okay, give me a memorable moment that when you was in those projects and what happened. We called it PJs when I was coming.
Yeah,
I
the
was born
PJs.
and raised in the PJs.
Yeah, I remember sneaking out the house for Freaknik. I tell a crazy experience with my dad.
Okay.
All right, it's Freaknik. We in high school. Everybody in high school talking about going to Freaknik. So that's that Friday night. We like, yeah, we going to Freaknik. So we trying to find ways to sneak out the house. And we remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, y'all did it.
Oh, we did it. So this be the night my mom wants to wash clothes all night for the whole household. And we like, why do you want to stay up tonight when we want to sneak out the house? You usually sleep at like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. But she up, watching the news, washing clothes. So we stuff our bed full of clothes. We stayed at the bottom part of the house, so we snuck out the window. We took our dad's car.
No, y'all didn't steal the car.
Oh, we stole the car. Out the
While
garage.
your mother was washing
While she washing clothes.
What y'all do, just turn it to neutral and roll it out?
First of all, it was in the garage. The garage door was closed. So we're click, click, click. We did a whole routine to get this car.
Y'all
just
need
to
to
go to
videotape that one.
We done stole the car, got out the driveway, went out to Freaknik, parted in the car, came back. Came back. My dad thought somebody tried to steal the car because we couldn't get it back up the driveway and open up the garage. It's like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. So we leave it down the street.
Y'all
I
let
cannot
them
make
think
this up.
somebody
My
tried to
brothers
steal
and
it.
sisters know this story. And he's like, somebody tried to steal the car. We just glad we got in the house and our mama didn't see we were gone.
Wow.
But here's the ironic part. My dad was doing shirts, had a shirt company. He had made Freaknik shirts and wanted to go to Freaknik that day to sell the shirts. They wanted us to go with them.
So y'all had the opportunity to go to Freaknik anyway.
On the same corner that we parked the car and kicked it at Freaknik and just couldn't tell him. The liquor store dude, because we were there all night, the liquor store dude recognized me and my twin. And he's like, y'all back. Oh.
And your dad was with you?
My dad like, they back from where? Oh, that was wild.
Wow.
That was wild.
I remember Freaknik. Me and my ex, we had a clothing store in Cleveland. And we came down. We did a bunch of T-shirts and we came down for the Freaknik.
Oh,
It was
man.
the hottest. Ooh. And I was nice and slim and I had a bathing suit bottom on with a
You still that same way? What you talking about?
I'm a little thicker than a snicker now.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, hey, that's not bad. We ain't hating on that part.
yeah, but it was cool.
Yeah, Freaknik was some crazy times.
So you had a good relationship with your father. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. How did your let's jump over to your dad. How have you coped with the loss of your father?
Still coping.
You still cope.
This is only year 3.
Yeah.
And what made it so wild was he passed 2 days before me and my twin birthday.
Oh my, I didn't know that.
So every Labor Day, every birthday,
It's bittersweet.
always now.
Yeah.
Always.
That's how Mother's Day and my birthday is.
Right.
It always follows the weekend of my birthday.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So, in what way do you feel your father's present in your life today? What kind of stands out?
I mean, well, I wear them everywhere.
What is that?
These are 2 pictures of my dad.
Okay.
So me and my dad. So I guess because I'm like a spitting image of him.
Are you? Yes, you were. You are.
Everybody keeps
Yeah.
saying you look more and
Yeah.
more every year like your dad.
Yeah.
They like you have your demeanor is like your dad. Like you just smooth and you cool and
And your daddy was real smooth,
player.
real cool.
If there was a player's manual, he wrote it.
Wow.
He wrote it. That man was too cool.
So when did you have to deal with your father leaving and pursuing another woman, going off to actually meeting Nene?
That was we were teenagers.
Y'all was teenagers when that happened.
Me and my brother were. My brothers and sisters were younger.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a. You know what? You got some questions. I gotta take a
You gotta
sip
take a
on
drink.
You, man. Oh my! I gotta take a sip.
Well, these are questions people probably want to know, but too afraid to ask. But this right here, asking questions like this helps you kind of heal too.
Right, of course.
Yeah,
I do believe that.
Yeah.
I do believe that. And I will say this: you're the first interview that I've ever done since my dad has passed to talk about my dad.
Oh wow.
The first.
I was looking forward to talking about your dad because, when I talk about my mom, and my mother was so funny because she tried to be hilarious and she stuttered a little bit. And I have a little brother that will imitate her and we would just die laughing. So to be able to talk about your dad and find out some of those things and those relationships that you had, because
Right.
you had to go, you had to coexist with someone else.
Right.
Your dad decided to go in a different manner.
Right.
So how was that relationship with your dad getting with Nene? Then you all had to. How did you end up being the main? Because you probably look like him, act like him.
Right.
But
right.
how was you the main one on the show with them?
That's a slippery slope question.
Oh.
Because that it happened by accident, but spiraled into something way bigger than I thought it was going to happen.
It happened by accident, and then the audience wanted more.
Yeah, because I didn't know that the interview that I was doing with Radar Online, I'm like, Radar Online? I've never heard of Radar Online. I'm with my partner 6ix9ine. We playing Madden. I'm on the phone, just having this little interview with her, smoking out weed. I ain't tripping. Whatever. And I'm like mad about a certain situation that was going on at that time.
Okay.
So I was telling a little too much. I was putting the carrot before the horse. And what happened was I didn't know that was what everybody was waiting to hear.
Yes. And you gave them what they wanted.
And I gave it to them on a platter, not knowing. I wish I would have told them to pay me. But anyway. And the next thing I know, when they put that interview out, that was the same year Obama was running for president.
2008.
And that same year, Oprah Winfrey had announced she was doing, that was it for the Oprah Winfrey show. That same time.
2008.
My partner, Rick, my brother Rick, calls me at 4 a.m, blowing me up. And he's like, bro, you're the #1 trending topic on Twitter right now. He's like, he's like, you're above Obama and
and Oprah Winfrey. You was you was trending.
I'm in my apartment.
What did your dad say about that?
Oh, well, see, that was a whole different story because when you're the #1 trending topic, everybody wants to talk to you now. Yeah. And so that was just an interesting conversation. Okay. You know, it was some clarification that we didn't have that at that moment we finally had to open up the book and talk.
You and your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was interesting.
Did it make it, did your relationship get better or was some things cleared up?
It went through a rocky phase.
Okay, absolutely. We all go through a phase with our parents.
Well, and for me, it was a little different because you're talking #1 trending topic in every major Tom Joyner, Ricky Smith, everybody's blowing my phone up. Don't even know how they got my number, but they got it. And they're blowing me up to talk to me. So I'm still trying to get me and my dad kind of like not agreeing on some things, and these people calling me.
What was the topic?
And
look, I'm being nosy now.
That's for part 2.
Okay, absolutely.
Hey, give them all the meatloaf.
Just call me Nosy Rosie.
Slices of meatloaf. We can't just throw the meatloaf
all
on
right,
the table.
just give me a piece of it then.
But you know, but we were having a disagreement, and so I was upset and in my feelings.
Okay.
And I can admit that now.
Yes.
But I was in my feelings. And even if my point was valid or if my point wasn't valid, I felt like I had a right to say what I wanted to say. I didn't know what I just did not know the whirlwind because then I really learned how social media, because it was growing in 2008.
Right. You're right.
So I didn't know the power of social media yet until that happened. And I was like, yeah.
You probably couldn't go nowhere at that point.
Man, it was everywhere. And it was everywhere. And so next thing I know, I'm just on an interview campaign with every major radio station outlet in the country.
Did your father encourage you to go and do that?
No, he did not want that because I was telling some information that they kind of wanted to ease out there themselves. It was a rumor that had been heard,
and they wanted to put
and I confirmed that rumor.
Wow.
And that's where everything jumped off.
Yeah.
And Bravo was like, oh, this is gold. This is gold. This is gold. Keep going. Shout out to Uncle Andy.
Okay. So they made it possible for you to continue with this story.
Yeah, they was going, go.
Go. Okay.
And so I got a manager. I started doing this press run. And mind you, me and my dad had not resolved this issue yet.
Did you feel like it was never going to end?
I knew it was going to implode and explode at the same time. I just didn't know who was going to do it first.
Okay.
And so, my dad's such a cool person. Even when he mad, he cool. So we having a discussion. I'm like, you can't make me feel bad because you talking nice. Like,
right.
Don't talk nice to me. Like, I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? Be angry with me.
But he was still cool like that.
He was cool with it, but his words meant a lot. So it started a lot of stuff that I didn't know was gonna transpire with that.
So how did you all get back on track? How did the family get back on track?
With me and him had a one-on-one. But it was after filming the I Dream of Nene special. When they were getting married, the $1 million wedding.
Yes.
And I'm like, we gotta talk. Okay. And so we sat down, we talked, And so the infamous scene, I'm going to set up that infamous scene on the episode of the Respect the Bloodline episode.
Do tell.
We're there, we're eating tacos and stuff, just chilling, all the family there. We're not knowing what's going on. We know this house back and forth. We downstairs shooting pool, everything. It's this black curtain that goes into the living room now. It's a black curtain up. And we're like, what's behind the curtain? And they kept saying, don't go behind this curtain. Do not go anywhere.
They kept telling you.
The Bravo, the camera people.
Everybody was telling you.
Don't go behind the curtain. Okay,
and that made
cool.
you want to go more.
You know I did. I wanted to go. But I respected it.
Okay.
So when they said, everybody, let's go back here behind the curtain and sit down and talk, I'm like, we finally about to see what's up. Well, my dad stops me right before the curtain and says, hey, before you walk through that curtain, I'm going to need you to, give Nene an apology for the Ryan Cameron interview. Because the Ryan Cameron interview set off everything.
Yes.
So he was like, tell her you sorry, apologize. We done talk. I'm like, okay, Pop, I ain't got no problem with that. I mean, I'm not trying to start war here. Like, okay, cool. Come on, y'all about to get remarried on TV at $1 million wedding.
Right.
So there's no need to carry this little situation I told
right.
him.
It's clear air.
It's dead. Yeah. We get in there behind the curtain. It's Dr. Jeff. Me and my brothers and sisters looking at each other like we're tight. We're very tight. We're very comical. We looked and said, oh, we about to have a field day with him.
So they wanted you all to sit down, have a conversation with Dr. Jeff. But you had already agreed to squash everything.
Well,
and
he was in the room, but he had no control because we made sure he ain't had no control. He
couldn't handle y'all.
You Maury Povich. Like, come on, bro. This is our real life. This ain't Are You the Daddy? We know we sitting here with our daddy.
Right.
So we're like, Dr. Jeff, TV stuff.
Yeah.
So I apologized to her. If y'all watch the episode, I apologized to her.
Okay.
And she still had, me and her never talked about what I did. Me and my dad only talked.
So y'all she didn't get to say her say.
So the say so happened right there while the cameras rolling. And the blowout happens. Where they having to turn off cameras and remove me and remove her out the room because it's about to go ham.
Wow.
Because I'm the oldest. I speak for my brothers and sisters.
You're the spokesperson.
We talked.
Yeah.
Had a huddle. They were like, we trust you, man. We're going to let, how they always say, we're going to let the leash go on the pit bull. That's how they
and
say.
They let you go.
They let me go.
It was
over with. It was raw meat on the table, and I was gone.
Oh my!
But yeah, I mean that sparked. It started from one avalanche, cleared the avalanche, cameras rolling. They knew me and Nene hadn't squashed it yet.
Yeah. They wanted it to come.
They
out
wanted that one to happen,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I got railroaded into that one, and I was like, I'm just gonna be in my natural instinct. I'm defensive.
Right.
This is my brothers and sisters.
Right.
Like, you ain't about to rah rah rah. They like, whoa, cut the cameras. Shout out to Carlos King. That's probably Nene calling now. Like, hold on.
Okay, Nene. All right, Nene. We'll be right back at you.
Another question.
This is going to be amazing, Nene. Okay.
Shout out to Nene.
So wait a minute. So they wanted all of this to happen like that. However, I know your dad, and when you were in a blended family, you want your children to get along with your wife or your husband. How did y'all end up like saying, it's all over? Dr. Jeff, going back to where you come from. We're going to figure this out.
Ironically, me and Nene we were at Mr. Child's in Miami. And me and her walked off to the side and had a conversation. I'll say that we had a conversation.
And that's all it took.
And it was like, all right. And we left it at that.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? And kept it moving.
Okay. So how was it the experience of being on TV and being a part of that how did you handle the fame from that?
Oh, I took advantage of the fame. What?
You took advantage. You got what
Did
you
I? Did I?
How much did you get?
Oh man,
how many women did you get?
I got a plethora. I mean, God bless me abundantly with so much, so much.
Okay.
I mean, from Vegas to Miami to woo woo.
Whatever you wanted.
I gotta take a sip on that one. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. People, you see this reality TV stuff, and Love and Hip Hop. Shout out to Mona Scott. You see a lot of people get on these shows. They're not really ready for this.
Yeah.
They're not. But the producers who produce these shows, they know that.
Mm-hmm. So they take
take a lot of advantage. They give you a lot of this stuff in a cup and all your drugs of choice, and start rolling.
Wow.
And that's where you get the controversies. Because nobody wants to see a show of people getting along kumbaya. They don't want to see that.
They want that drama.
They want the drama.
Yeah.
And you be wondering, like, okay, how y'all getting this drama like this? Because they did it like they did with me and Nene. They blindsided you, and they'll send you in there to get everybody happy, and then they'll open that door and say, go in here and sit down. And before you know it, somebody else walk in the room, and you're like, I know they didn't bring this person. Yeah. But you here now. You're mic'd up, cameras on you. And they keep rolling. And
they know you like them cameras and you ain't about to walk away.
You ain't walking away.
Yeah.
So,
I love the camera too. So.
Yeah. Hey, look. It is something. I can tell you that much. Okay. It's something.
So if you had to say something to your dad today, what would you say to him? What would you say to say, hey, Dad?
Wow, that's a deep question. That's a deep one. Yeah. Wow.
And I know you truly loved your dad and the relationship, and it was too early for him to go.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So many things. But first of all, hey, I know you ain't perfect. We're all products of generation of generation of generation of generation.
Yes, we are.
That we're all trying to figure out how to get it right. So sometimes what was taught to us, we move a certain way with what was taught to us. And it might not be the best way, but you're only human and you can only learn from it and move on. But if I could tell him something, I'm gonna keep his legacy alive.
Yes, sir.
Your bloodline is growing, and I made some promises to him before he passed about things that he was backing me up with, that I'm not gonna forsake him. I'm not gonna drop the ball on that. I'm gonna make that happen. But right or wrong, I appreciate the fact that I even grew up with a father who gave, provided, worked, and just, he did what he needed to do. So nothing is held against you. Nothing's held against you, and he was something else. He was very special and very loved. Yeah. And so, now that I look like you up there just painting me to look like you.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna do what he did even better.
And what are you doing to keep the family together? What are you doing to keep the family together, like your dad did?
Oh, well, I'm Mr. Family Man.
Okay.
I'm always, everybody, let's get together. Let's throw a cookout. Let's meet up. What y'all doing? And they be like, oh my God, Magic, come on, man. I be like, no, man, we all we got.
Is that what your family call you, Magic?
Yeah, they call me Magic.
Oh, when you smiled, you look just like him.
Twin.
Okay.
Twin. Yeah, so I to how to have fun, but always carry ourselves as if we are that family in Atlanta. We do have a flag in Atlanta.
Because y'all are an icon here in Atlanta.
But always carry yourself that way.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass yourself out here.
Right.
Carry
And
yourself.
and every time I see you, you so smooth.
Yeah.
And you always respectful.
Yeah, always.
And you always calling me beautiful.
Yes. I love
You better be glad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sure, I better be.
You better be glad. Let's lighten
be.
this thing up a little bit. Let's talk about your clothing line here.
Okay.
Okay. Give us
As you can see that I'm rocking.
All the time.
I am always rocking.
Your pants too?
The pants too.
Okay.
This is my clothing line, Rockstar Life Clothing Company. The motto is, you don't just wear it, you live it.
Okay.
Now, when everybody thinks about rock stars, they think about people who made it. Yeah. My reason for Rockstar Life is for underdogs.
It's for the underdogs.
It's for the people who trying to make it, but make accomplishments along the way. If you got autism, but you made straight A's, you're a rock star.
Yeah, you better say
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you're struggling with mental illness or if you're struggling with paying the bills, but you finally got that light bill paid, you're a rock star.
Okay. I like
People
that.
who accomplish things when the odds are against you, the smallest feat, you're a rock star.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
I like
So
that.
that's what this clothing line was based on.
As being a rock star.
Being a rock star. Okay. And for those who just like to rock out, and really want to show out and colorful and flamboyant and they live by their own rules too. So it fits the whole spectrum of be what you want to be, but enjoy it.
So where can they get this from when they,
y'all can get it from me. Hopefully you can post my IG and all of that. And I will say this about my clothing line. It is custom made.
Okay. So it's not like you could just.
There's not 50 of these.
Okay.
There's not even 2.
Okay.
So the shirt you get or the outfit, I'm going to make you some stuff. The stuff that you have is one of one.
Okay.
Nobody else on the planet has what you have.
It's just one.
I make it from scratch. One of a kind. Every shirt is
like that.
From scratch.
Okay. And you always have it on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a walking billboard.
Okay. So what if, so let's talk about you. Were you acting before you got on the show or your acting has picked up now?
It's picked up. I've done a lot of plays in like school and shout out to Morehouse and
What did you do in Morehouse? Let's go.
Freaknik days.
Okay.
But no, human psychology. It's my minor, culinary.
Okay. And your minor's in culinary?
Yeah.
You cook?
Oh, can I?
Okay.
Can I?
What you cook?
What you want me to cook?
Is it healthy? Or the
describe
macaroni and cheese?
Describe healthy to me. What you consider healthy? Like you didn't die after you ate it or didn't throw up? Because that would be considered healthy to me.
Healthy is when you don't use a lot of products like salt and like a lot of salt, a lot of you're not cooking it in grease and.
I'm from that dirty South.
So you got some macaroni and cheese.
I elbow grease with throw a little pound of Crisco in it. No, I'm just playing. But no, I mean. I can make because I'm getting older, so of course, and I want my children to be able to eat a lot better. So I've scaled down on a lot of ingredients that I might put in things, but don't get it twisted. If you really want it like down home and you want that good greasy salty food, I can make it.
You can do that too,
and I can make exotic food too.
So I had a couple ladies inbox me. They want to know if you single. Are you single?
Define single.
No, you define it.
No, because I don't know what they mean.
Do you have a special someone? Are you like exclusive with someone? I'd be mad at him if I was her. I take you that long to answer.
No, I'm not. No, let me say this. Let me say this. I'm living my life and having fun. So, I'll let you think about that one for a minute. Let me move this chest move. Checkmate.
No checkmate over here. So, do you have a special someone?
I have a few.
A few special someone. Well, they probably know that they're not the only one, huh?
I mean, so you about to segue into this? See, You want to go here? We're gonna go here.
Let's go there.
Okay. Yes, they you know, someone who is endearing to me.
Okay.
We can have us some fun.
Mm-hmm.
They can have them some fun,
And then y'all come back together.
and we could come back like Voltron.
Okay.
Add a new piece. Now we got an arm. It ain't just a one-armed robot no more. Now we got 2 arms. Yeah, you wanted it. You gonna get it today.
So you have a throuple or a poly?
Those words are so constricted.
Okay.
I like to say the term of I'm living my life.
Okay. But you're not married. Never been married.
Not married, never been married.
Will you get married?
Ooh, scared of that.
You scared of that word?
Scared of that word. Now, of course, it would be nice to be married. Mm-hmm. But I would want to make sure that who I marry has all the elements of what I'm looking 5 years down the line. I ain't looking at.
So tell if you had to put out your wants in a woman, what would she look like? What would her qualities have to be?
Okay, cook. Mm-hmm. Have her own life. Got to be funny, vibrant, colorful.
Why are you describing me?
Ain't lock your number in.
Look, you got my number locked in already. Anyway, no, go ahead.
But yeah, like open-minded. I don't judge on where your religious backgrounds or anything. We're all individuals, so I want her to have her own mind. I don't want her to just do everything I want her to do. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to follow her on some things.
Which could she be in the life, the entertainment life?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It doesn't matter. Because like I tell people, you know, if a person's going to cheat on you or leave you or do you bad, they're going to do that anyway. Even if you did everything you wanted to do for them, they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't want to constrict nobody and force them into that, you know. But she's got to be highly, highly sex-driven.
Ooh.
Because
really,
I am.
You really describing me now.
I am highly. I'm talking, you need to seek help highly sex-driven.
Okay.
So she's gotta be able to have that in her. Yeah.
So at 50, you're 49. You'll be 49,
Mm-hmm.
and you never been married.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think it's gonna be a good time?
I don't know. Maybe daytime, nighttime. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, you don't know when that person shows up in your life.
So she's not in your life yet. That person is not.
She could possibly be in the realm of that. I don't know that yet, though.
Okay.
It shows itself when it's ready to show itself. That's where people go wrong. They start forcing that.
Yeah, it's got to be the right time and the right person.
Right. It'll all hit when it hits. It could be in the middle of a threesome, and I could be like, "Oh, I want to marry you."
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh,
see what I'm
tell.
saying? Like, you know, like,
Wait a minute, right in the middle.
You gonna
Look.
slap this butt cheek together, and I'm like, "Shoot, after this, you want to go get married?" I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Well, you have to marry both of them.
No problem. I think Utah let me do it.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can go up to a Muslim country.
Yeah, right. Just for about a couple of weeks, and then we go on back.
It comes a time in life where we just get it gets exhausting. The partying, the different people. I love intimate moments. Mm-hmm. I like intimate moments. I love to be with a man and to be intimate and just to be him and I talking and moving through life. You know, I kind of been talking to someone and they want to teach me how to play golf. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to play golf. You know why I wanted to play golf?
Why?
Little skirts. I want to put on one.
See what I'm saying? It'd be the weirdest things, but before you know it, you're the female Tiger Woods.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's a little bitty skirts I want to put on.
I love golf. Golf is, I love golf.
Yeah. So I'm getting ready to learn how to golf. Yeah. But it was a person that was already here that was around me. So I understand what you're saying that I didn't give a second thought to,
Right. Right.
until, God made it like in your face.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So, and then when you living like you live, like I live, there's always that one person you be like, I don't care what. No, that's off limits to everything. And that's not necessarily your girl or your wife. It could be, I'm pretty sure people can relate. You always had that one person where you be like, like, we ain't married yet, but can't nobody else do it.
Can't nobody do it like
I would
they do it.
Wayne your wedding. If you get married, I will be walking down here. It's like, Willie.
She ain't allowed to get married and you ain't done.
Yeah. You better not get married to nobody else.
You think one day you'll ask her? I hope you watching, girl. You know who you are.
Because see, now you about to have that girl talking about, oh, I think you talking about me. Let's go to K's and let's just look at stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go window shop. Mm-hmm. What is, if you had to name one of your biggest achievements, what would it be? What is your biggest achievement so far?
I have two.
Okay.
My children.
That daughter you say could sing.
That my
like
beautiful daughter. Hey, Cookie. Hey, Cookie.
Hi, Cookie.
Oh, my goodness. If I don't say nothing to Cookie, it's going to be a problem. Okay. Hey, my beautiful princess. And Davon and Dyrese, my sons, my kings. They're one. And surviving. That is a beautiful accomplishment.
Especially being here in Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah.
On the earth.
Yeah.
If you're still living,
yeah.
If I'm alive to complain, that's an accomplishment. Because yesterday wasn't promised that today I could wake up and complain. Yeah. So at least I got to wake up today to complain. That's an accomplishment. Just God. To breathe.
Yeah.
So
how is your relationship with Nene now? Since your dad.
We cool.
Yeah, cool.
We cool.
You spend time with her?
Not as much, because, she's got her show. I'm doing my stuff.
Because she has a friend of mine did some filming on her show. What is it called?
The Nene Leakes show?
Yeah, yes, I believe it is. He did some filming for them. But yeah, her
dark skin with the dreads.
Well, it's not dreads, it's twist.
Twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend A.R. Crown. That's my guy.
Crown in the building.
That's my guy.
This has been sponsored by Crown.
Look in the cup. So when we co-host, we gonna have some sippy for you. I don't drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, drink some water and make it look like.
Yeah,
make it look fancy.
I'll put it in a nice glass.
Yeah, you gotta do that little stank face when you drink the water. Like,
they
gonna be like, what's she drinking?
Damian has agreed to co-host some shows with me.
Okay.
So you already agree. I don't know why you said okay. Okay.
I surely have.
Yes. So how do you stay motivated and inspired in your personal and professional life? What do you do because in the morning I wake up and I thank God and I self-talk a lot, because
which is healthy.
You can get caught up in your emotions and have a bad day. I don't allow myself to have a bad day, a bad hour. I can only have a bad few minutes and then I have to reset, do something about it or let it go. How do you motivate and keep yourself? Because you've had a lot of highs and lows in your life. You've been in front of the camera. You've been a prodigy of being in front of the camera. And those highs are amazing, and then they come down. And then what do you do next?
Because it's very hard to lose a family member publicly and globally.
Yes. Now, what did your father pass from?
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
And what was weird is my only other uncle, which was his brother, because it was only my auntie, my dad, and his brother, and then my grandparents. Well, my grandparents died when I was 14.
Okay.
So I never got that experience of the grandparent.
Okay.
And then my uncle passed from cancer.
Same Colon cancer as well?
No, a different
Okay.
type of cancer. And then maybe 6 months later, my dad passed.
Wow. So did y'all know he had it? Or
We knew.
okay.
We knew it was he was actually in remission. And then something happened with his stomach, and before you know it, it was all downhill from there.
Were you with him?
Yes, every day, even when with hospice and all of that, every day. The whole family was there. My brothers and sisters, every day. We took shifts, going back home and changing clothes and coming back like 24 hours a day, every day.
I'm sure it hit Nene really hard as well.
Yeah, that's some, to see somebody you love, literally day by day. Even with my uncle, I was there for him.
Were you?
Every day, going to the house. He was at hospice at his house, and just to see that process,
To watch somebody transition.
and then do it all over again. It takes a lot out of you. So when my dad passed, I took 3 years off.
Did you?
I'm just now coming back doing what I'm doing.
What did you do in those 3 years?
I was out of control.
You was out of control.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was out of control. I was wilding. I was really wilding, trying to mask it all.
Something that your dad wouldn't have wanted you to do.
No, even though he knows his son has
Yeah,
he
but
been
he
known
wouldn't.
to be a
He
rock
wouldn't
star,
have
man.
wanted you to do that.
But yeah,
because
like-
of him being gone.
Yeah, I was wilding. I was taking my rock star life to another level, unseen. It was unseen.
Because my parents, they died 8 days apart. And people know, whoever know me, because it ain't no shame in my game.
Right.
I had 30 days clean. My parents died 8 days apart.
And that's a lot of pressure.
And I didn't know how. All I wanted to do was get high.
Right. It'll send you down the spiral.
Yeah, but I didn't. And that's why I say today, I don't care who go. Mm-hmm. It's not worth my, my recovery.
Yeah.
So I can imagine. And then me being, the person that was around my parents all the time, made sure they was financially stable. I had those 3 stores. Money was coming in. I was always, at least once a month. I went there. I was in Cleveland. They live in Cincinnati. I went there to visit. But then when I started using, I wasn't around anymore.
Right.
And that
Right.
tore me up. That was the guilt that I had to deal with.
Because at some point the smoke settles, and you have to see everything you neglected,
Yeah.
even yourself, and
Yeah.
you like, what am I doing? You're like,
Did you
what
have
am I
that
doing?
guilt as well?
I mean, I had a guilt. I had a guilt because I made a promise, and I didn't stick to it. I kind of fell back because I didn't want. I didn't want to keep being reminded with, about your dad, and I'm so sorry about your dad, or people who knew my dad, and I just didn't want to hear it. So I was just partying and living and doing other things and just chilling. And
Was you drinking too much?
there's no such thing as drinking too much.
And then you go pick the cup up.
There's no such thing. Drinking too much. Garçon, need more.
Fill him up.
No, there's no such thing as drinking too much for me because I don't have that. Even though alcoholism is in my family, but I don't like the fact of being too dizzy to walk and throw it up. I don't like that feeling. I'm like, this is no longer fun of the drinking part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was fun getting there, but when I get here, it's like, you know what? I don't want to do this every day. And I know some people who do that every day. And I'm like, how do you do this? Because I can't function.
Every day. Yeah.
Like, you give me some women and some weed now. I can overdose all day long.
You could be okay with that.
What? Oh, yes.
So
But
did you ever think about, because what was your father's career? What did he do?
my dad did real estate.
You ever thought about?
Before the TV. Shout out to Jermaine Dupree.
Okay, Jermaine Dupree. Jermaine Dupree's name fell on my show. Yes.
Right. Shout out to Jermaine. He was the VIP of a club called the Gentlemen's Club that was owned by Michael Childs.
Okay.
And he ran the VIP of that. And I got a funny, quick story of that. I was going to Open Campus High School when he was doing this.
Now, what was the name of the high school?
It's called Open Campus. It was
Open
on North
Campus.
Druid Hills. It's no longer there.
Was that a disciplinary school
No,
or just
it
a
was
regular
a school where everybody, if you fell back behind and trying to catch up, or you try to get your credits up before time, you could go to that school and either graduate ahead of time or catch up to graduate with your class.
On time. Okay.
Me and my brother were born in September. School started in August, so we was off a year.
September 6th.
So we had to go, but it was like a college. That was a high school college. People from Atlanta, Tonya, Decatur, Gwinnett, all of them went to this school.
Okay.
So it was, if anybody watched this, they're going to say they remember Open Campus.
Open Campus. Okay.
Oh, my goodness, was that something. So I was getting girls who needed jobs to go meet my dad, and they wind up dancing at the club.
Wait a minute. Did your dad have a stock into the gentleman's club?
Yeah, he ran the VIP.
Okay.
So he had a plug.
Okay. So
But mind you, little did I know, I didn't know Nene yet. Nene worked there.
did she dance?
She used to dance.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she used to dance there.
Okay.
I didn't know who she was. But I'm taking my homegirls from school.
But your daddy sure did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm trying to get in with her, man.
And
Give
he
her
was
a
hired.
job, and let me, it was one of them high five dad to son things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like before that, he was working at Pepsi. He was in corporate at Pepsi. He went to the Gentleman's Club thing, and then he got into real estate.
Smart man.
And then real estate,
Took off.
it took off. And he was a motivational speaker as well.
Wow.
So, because he had that gift of gab. He'll make you want to get up and tie your shoe when you didn't
I
have a
used
shoe
to love
there.
to see him on the show. He
Yeah,
was my,
what
he
you
was
saw
my favorite.
on that camera was authentic him.
Was authentic him.
That was no put on.
Did he not want to be on the camera or
He did not like the housewives thing, period.
He didn't?
It was not his thing.
Wow.
Just wasn't his
Because
thing.
for a while there, they didn't even show him.
Right. Like it wasn't his thing.
Yeah.
Now, behind the scenes, the parties or, linking up, networking, that was his
thing.
circle.
That was his money.
Yeah, he's with that. But that being on the camera stuff, that just wasn't him.
So tell me, did you ever get with one of the housewives?
It's getting next question, man.
Okay, we're gonna move to the next question.
I don't kiss and tell.
Okay. But how was your relationship with them?
With the other
With the other housewives?
Oh, these my people. Candy. How many times Cynthia
I
from
love
my
Candy. I want Candy I want her and Todd on my show to talk about them sex
I
toys
just
and
seen
stuff they
Todd
got.
not too long ago. Partied with him.
Can you hook Candy up on my show?
I can't make no promises.
Okay.
These folks, they doing Denzel plays now.
I know
Like,
it. I know it.
I gotta,
But if she would just come on for a few minutes,
I got to
baby.
schedule her. If I can get on the phone for a few minutes, I might get a text, but not know it. But Cynthia, like this, Peter. It was like my aunt. I worked for him.
I sent my modeling stuff into Cynthia, and she responded, and they're still reviewing.
But Cynthia's great, beautiful soul in and out.
Yeah.
But
She
don't get
seemed
it
like-
twisted. She got that hood in her. And
She'll
will-
come out. Is she from Atlanta?
I don't know where she from.
Okay.
But I
So
done
you guys
kicked it
with
them
with Cynthia. What about Kenya?
Kenya. Shout out to Kenya.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenya.
I see Phaedra doing her thing too.
Shout out to Phaedra. Shout out to Phaedra. These are people who we kind of grew up with.
Yeah, you grew up. You did. You ain't kinda. You grew up with them.
You know what I'm saying? So,
They was like sisters to you, aunties rather. They was like aunties.
Yeah, I like the way you said that. They're like aunties.
But you could kiss an auntie though.
Yeah, you can kiss us. Yeah, sure
You
can.
could definitely kiss an auntie.
Adoptive auntie,
Okay.
Technically, you're not my auntie.
Right.
So, but
Okay.
but yeah, they family to me.
So you was telling the story with Jermaine Dupree and the campus,
Open campus.
open campus, and is where did that go when for Jermaine Dupree? What type of relationship did you have with him?
I mean, it's not like, that me and him were the best of friends or
Right.
anything like that, but this was an entity he started.
Y'all crossed paths.
Right.
Yeah.
And my dad knew him. And so, yeah, that was a privilege to say, oh, you doing more than music. You got a strip club? Okay, cool. Next thing you know, my dad, because give a gal and his work ethic speaks for itself, you running VIP. Like, you can't go through VIP, you can't get no VIP dancer, you can't throw no party, you can't do nothing.
Unless
you
they
don't
went
talk,
through your dad.
Unless you talk to Greg, OG. You got to talk to OG. If you don't talk to OG, it ain't happening.
Wow.
I can tell you another funny story how I went into the gentleman's club with my partners. One of my partners, he live in Germany now. Shout out to Rob, a.k.a. Drill, and my partner T. And we went up in the club one night with a bunch of counterfeit. I had just bought this Sherlin. If you from up north, you know what a Sherlin is.
Oh, absolutely.
And I had the wool on. You couldn't tell me suede. I was so fresh with it. Just spent a couple of $100 on it. Wow, I'm going to the strip club. Go to the strip club. We got like stacks of counterfeit money.
Y'all had counterfeit money?
Counterfeit. I'm talking
What?
ugly. It was ugly. But we knew we couldn't get it. We couldn't get off of it anywhere else but where it was dark and money flows quick. And we like, the strip club. This is where you're gonna wash the money at. Man, we going to the strip club.
Y'all watch that
We
money at the
buying
strip
bottles.
club.
We buying bottles and everything. I'm talking about it's so far so good.
Nobody knew it was.
Little did we know they just building a case on us in the bar. They building it up on us.
So they knew it was counterfeit?
They knew it was counterfeit. They didn't know. A lot of them didn't know that my dad is upstairs and running the whole VIP, and you got to go through him when there's something big. So then the girl come to us and was like, "Hey, we need you to go talk to the police officer upstairs." And we like, I got like $300-400 more worth of counterfeit in my hand. I'm trying to hold it in my hand. We going upstairs. I'm not thinking about the fact that my dad working tonight. I'm not thinking about this. I'm in the streets. I'm wilding.
And your dad upstairs?
That's the first person I see. He see me and he like, son. I'm like, Pop. I was like, this ain't about to go good. This cannot go good. Cause I'm like, either I'm going to jail or you losing your job. I don't know what's about to happen. Or both. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, that was a funny experience.
What happened?
They wound up letting us go on the strength of him.
Wow.
On the strength of him, he got to talking. He covered the rest of it and let us go. And he was like, but you can't come back up here no.
You weren't allowed to go back up there?
Could not go back up there. Now, I did go back up there a few more times because I was working at Blockbuster. If anybody know Blockbuster.
You was working at Blockbuster.
I was robbing Blockbuster buying. I was taking what was the PlayStations. I was taking the PlayStations that had the black case, the big black cases.
And you,
man, I was taking video games, movies. I'm going right over. Well, who gonna buy them? The strippers. They got kids.
wow.
So I'm sneaking
So you
my
was
way
sneaking
in
in the back door.
I'm sneaking in the front door because Nene was working the door.
Oh.
So she let me come in.
And that's where she met your dad at.
That's where she met him, and that's how I wound up meeting her.
Wow.
Like it was a trifecta going on at the same time.
But
So,
those had to be the fun days.
oh, what? Those
Those
was
had to be the days. The things that make you go just smile and be
Yeah.
like, because I can remember when I was young, I was a tomboy, and I would be in the projects, and I played tackle football with the boys.
tackle.
I would tear their butts
Like
up.
you saying tackle,
Tackle.
like ooh.
I know football, yes. And I would grab them and pick them up and slam them down. And they couldn't catch me because I was fast.
I'd be scared of you.
Yeah. That was
If I
back
ever played tackle football and there's a girl on the field, I don't want to play no football with her.
But at about 12 and a half, some boy told me I was cute. The tomboy.
Oh, that stopped. Yeah,
it was
that
over.
stopped. That stopped.
I had to be cute then.
That stopped. What they say, that tingly feeling starts.
Yes.
You got that little tingly.
Absolutely.
When the tingly happens,
Absolutely.
it's over with.
Okay. Why, this has been amazing. what is your goals for the next 5 years, both personally and professionally?
Personally, really, I guess get more grounded into myself.
What does that look like?
Confusing.
It's confusing.
Yeah, because I've lived like 4 lifetimes.
Yes, you have.
Like the stories and experiences.
You have lived a lot.
Traveling and going out the country and just so much. And sometimes you live so much, you don't have time to sit back and really recollect about it. And what was all of these things meaning, and what did you gather from that, and then build from there. So I'm at that phase of my life of I'm comfortable now to think back and try to put everything together and make it make sense. Because God's going to put you in the places he needs you to, even if you don't know why until later on. He put you there for a reason. Mm-hmm. And then you come back from it and you learn, and it helps build you as a person. Okay. So, keep continuing being the best father I can, the best friend, the best son, best uncle, best lover, best everything. 5 years from now, I plan to have my own band and just go travel the world and have experiences and do music. And
well, you could bring your band right here at the Scottdale Podcast Cafe at a small, intimate moment and bring them right here.
You see how good I am at salesmanship? I brought it right on in. I drug it right on in.
As soon as I get it in, I'm gonna take it.
It's your turn. Thank you.
So it's life is going to be a little bit more simpler for you. Because you've had so much excitement in your life that, because people because I've lived a life or two. Right. I was blessed because we ended up after 9/11. The last thing people wanted to buy was clothes.
Right.
Okay, so our stores took a beating. I was the largest black-owned store in the city of Cleveland. People in Atlanta don't know my story. Right. One day I'm gonna sit and interview myself.
Right.
But anyway,
you should. No, let me interview you.
Yes.
That would be dope. Let me interview you.
Okay, but it was the stores took a beating. We had to end up closing a couple of them immediately. But Obama came along, and he allowed people to sell his face on his shirt. Like a lot of times we've done political things. Me and my ex-husband, we would do political rallies and stuff, and they would come down and shut you down for having the candidate on your shirt or something. Right. But Obama knew that was the way for us to eat. So he allowed it.
Generating revenue.
So we went all over, and I worked for Continental at the time. I was a ticket agent. So we went all over and sold these shirts. But one of my fondest memories is because I was at the inauguration. We did a storefront there, a 24-hour storefront for a month. Wow. Selling T-shirts, candles, calendars. But that was a highlight of my life. It was so amazing. And I was down there at the inauguration. I had them heaters in my hand and my feet because it was so cold. And I met people from all over the country, and Obama brought us together. Not like the presidency we have now that are that are dividing us, but it had brought us together. So that was a real highlight, and that was a big high to come down. And the reason I'm saying that, you've had so many highs. What is going to be your comfort? What is going to feed that comfort and keep you at an even keel?
Well, I don't know if it's written in the cards for that for me.
You got to keep them high moments, huh?
I think that maybe sometimes, the universe puts you here for your highs, but your highs affect others.
Yes. You could be the motivation for others.
And so your lows are for you to fix yourself, but you're destined for highs. I don't know where my end game is at. I'm in a movie that's about to be released.
What's the name? Can you say the name of the movie?
I can at least say the name. It's called Angel's Palace, and that's it. I can't say anything else because it's NDA.
Yeah.
But
I've heard of that, sex trafficking.
Yeah. So I'm in a movie. I'm in the stage play of that as well.
Yes.
I'm in the Shell of a Man stage play. I'm hosting.
Don't forget Jump Off.
Yeah, I'm in the Jump Off miniseries.
I'm a part of both of those.
You know
I've just
what I'm
been
saying?
too busy to show my face on them. But yeah.
Tina Bridges Strikes Again.
Yep.
You
she
know,
does.
so, you know, I got music coming out. My podcast, the clothing line. It's so much stuff going on that can bring me joys
Yes.
that I don't have time to think about or settle. It's right now I'm not there yet at a settle moment. I'm still just cranking the car up.
I think we just been reinvented. I'm 61.
Right.
And I think it's just a reinvention of our life.
It is.
Because right now I'm living a high. When I'm in the airport and there's millions and millions of people that come through that airport and one person walk up to me and say, I know who you are. You're Tonya. You're the Diary of
But
Dating
ain't
Over
it
50.
crazy? You thought you was at your highlight in 30. You
Yes.
thought you was at 40.
Right.
And now all of a sudden you're 61 and you're going,
Yep.
I haven't even started living
Yes,
yet.
God is like, okay, here you go, girl. Because I know, I had the Diary of Dating Over 50 in my head for so long. And what made it come out really is when I did not get married. When I had to call a wedding off in the last couple months.
You called a wedding off?
In the last 2 months right before. And the only reason that I held on to it is because my family and friends had spent so much money. And my little sister is my little sister is so ghetto and so rough. She was like, bitch. Just like that. We don't care about that money. You don't love that ninja. Call it off. And I called it off.
She a real one.
And
She
I was
a real one for that.
yes. And it
Shout
was
out to you, sis.
Shout out, Nina. It was the best decision that I could have made. So that was what gave the Diary the energy that it needed.
But and you see how that happens, that you're living your life, the components around you
Yes.
can direct you in places that changes your life. Had Nina not ever opened her mouth,
I might have been married to that fool in Tennessee.
miserable and cheating with me.
Yes. Okay. Right. So it was good. Sometimes, you just have to just sit back and reflect. And I'm not where I want to be because when I got with him, I gave up everything and
Right.
moved. I'm a flight attendant, first year and a half flight attendant. I don't hardly make no money.
What's that like though?
I love it. It's like, I love being a model. So, walking down that aisle and everybody
Yeah.
looking at you.
But I'm like, listen, y'all are intriguing because flight attendants, they go everywhere.
Yes.
You have to deal with the turbulence, the weather, the customers.
Yes.
Like, y'all get to, so when you land somewhere, you don't get a chance to go around and see that city, do you?
Yes. If we got, I had a 22-hour layover in Newark, and on my bucket list, I wanted to run Central Park. And so I caught 2 trains to New York, and the second train dropped me off right in front of Central Park.
Yeah.
And I ran my 4 miles. Then I ate some street food. Then I interviewed a guy that was a chess player. His name was Lincoln. He was from the Caribbean. I interviewed him for about 8 minutes, stuck it on my YouTube. Yeah, and San Francisco, I got to run. I got to run down by the ocean, and I walked into Benihana's, and I was taking pictures because it was a different type of Benihana.
Right.
And there was a little 5th grader. He had just graduated, and I was taking pictures. And he said, you need to be taking pictures of me. I'm the one graduated. So me and him.
Wow.
We took pictures together. So
See what I'm saying? Like,
it's a life.
Life
it's
is
a lifestyle.
beautiful.
Yes.
But flight attendant, I've always wondered this.
And I did that for a reason too, for the Diary. But anyway.
Okay.
All right. So I invite you back to help me host a couple shows. We can go on and talk about you because you got so much. You've done so much.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. But I think we complement. We co-hosted together.
Yes, we have.
And we complimented each other.
Matter of fact, that's how we initially met.
Yes, that's how we initially met.
And
Yes.
it was like a marriage.
Yes,
it was like a media marriage.
Oh, you saying marriage? word? You saying the M word?
It's a media
Ladies,
man.
y'all hear 'em?
I said double M, like
You're my media.
Maybach
You're my
music.
media husband.
Yeah,
Okay?
I'm her media husband, her work husband.
So we're gonna work that out. So I hate to go because I talk to you over and over and over.
Because you never even asked about my worst experience of dating or none of that.
Okay. No, because it wasn't about that. But give us real quick one of your worst experience of dating. Real quick.
Real quick, I met a girl. Thought she was cool. Find out mentally she did not get a lot of things herself together. She had children, all sons, but she had the mama son, almost like these are my boyfriends type situation thing going on.
With her son?
With all of them.
Ooh.
Was not in tune, just couldn't get it right, wouldn't communicate, say I don't like phones, don't initiate nothing. Sex was not good. Barely having sex.
Yeah.
Then tell you, hey, it's this expensive ass restaurant I want to go to. Don't you want to go there?
So you really liked her, huh?
I did at first. I really did. And then it was just like, I'm doing everything and getting nothing in return. Women, please stop doing this to y'all. Men, stop doing this too. Please. Stop expecting more than you give. Ask yourself, is the ratio the same? The more that I'm asking you to take me here, do this for me. Are you willing to do the same for that person? I don't care if it's just halfway compared to what you want. It's at least an effort. But if you're doing nothing and you're not getting your soul right, you're not getting your mental health right.
Yeah.
And then you look back at the resume and you be like, all these disaster stories that you got when you're about to meet somebody and date them and say, well, this failed, that failed, that
They
failed,
call
that failed.
that PTSD, that trauma.
And you want to dump it on me and put a rose on it.
I never heard it like that before.
You want to dump that on me with a rose.
Real quick, what's that earring about in your ear that's blinking? Y'all see that? Can y'all see it? Can the camera see it?
It's just me.
Okay.
I'm always coming with something different.
Okay. Are those for sale?
We'll talk.
Okay. All right. So how can my audience get in touch with you?
Y'all can reach me at Black Magic 2013, BLACKMAGIC 2013 on Instagram.
Okay.
You see, well, it's upside down, but I'll give you the Rockstar Life Instagram that y'all can reach me for the clothing.
And y'all can also contact me too.
Yeah, and they can contact you, ladies. Ladies only.
Okay.
6 o'clock, 9:15. But other than that, those two ways are on Facebook. My name, Damian Leaks. You can reach me there. I'm at a reinvention at this point, so just stay tuned because I'm about to blow everybody's mind.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ain't she beautiful?
Look at it.
I had to take her out for some scrimps.
What you want?
I had to take her out for some scrimps.
All right, Damian, it has been such a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Your journey is truly inspiring, and your resilience shines through in everything you do. As the son of the remarkable Greg Leaks and the stepson of Nene Leaks, you carry a legacy of strength and creativity. I want to take a moment to honor your father, Greg, who loves and wisdom continues to guide you. He would be so proud of the man you've become and the path you are forging in the world's fashion and acting. As you move forward with your clothing line and pursue your acting career, remember that your unique voice and visions are what sets you apart. Embrace each opportunity with courage and passion, and know that you have a community cheering you on. Wishing you all the success and happiness in the world. Keep shining bright and chasing your dreams. We can't wait to see where this journey takes you. Thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. That
thank
was sweet.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
This is Tonya with the Diary of Dating Over 50. It's been a pleasure with Damian today. I love when people allow me to get inside their lives, and they share all their intimate moments with me. You will see him again.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you again, my viewers. Thank you. This is Tonya R. Lewis with the Diary of Dating Over 50. And unfortunately, the show in Cleveland, Ohio was canceled due to the venue. We are looking for another venue. We will get it together, guys, because I believe in it's my passion to help human trafficking against our children. There are so many children out there missing or being trafficking in plain view. So, and then next month, we are going to Bali. We will be interviewing a young lady over there. We also have so many more shows coming, and Damian will be help hosting some of those shows. I appreciate you guys. We are now in our new home, the Scottsdale Podcast Cafe. If you got a vision, bring your own contents, and when you leave, you'll have a completed product. Y'all see how I'm doing it? And y'all keep telling me on Instagram, Facebook that I'm leveling up. This is how I'm leveling up. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you, guys.